So with the draft a couple weeks away, we know the Giants need to fill up the running back slot, the running back position with Saquon Barkley leaving, and obviously not a lot of depth at that position. The Giants look like they signed a guy that went under the radar, and you got to hear more about this man's story. Dante Miller signed with the New York Giants, a running back coming out of South Carolina. And at the top of it, you probably don't know his name. You probably haven't heard of him too much. There was a lot of NCAA eligibility controversy when it came to Dante Miller. Now, Dante Miller was looking to come out in this upcoming draft, but he was ruled ineligible due to some of his transfer, stuff that happened when he was transferring out of Columbia. He transferred out of Columbia, the Ivy League school, and once he ended up transferring over, there was a couple miscommunications thinking about the COVID year that possibly gave him a year, but they ruled out that rule. All in all, it totally botched his whole NFL draft plans. And I know for him, it probably sucked, because growing up, everyone envisions being at the draft night, getting drafted. And after the production that he put up at that pro day, the numbers that he put up, which we'll be going over in a second, Dante Miller would have been drafted. But nevertheless, I'm not going to doubt how it shook up. I'm not going to doubt how it turned out to be, because now he is a New York Giant. The New York Giants went out and signed him. He's been a free agent for a while, and he probably didn't know it himself because of the whole situation altogether. Technically, without him being eligible for this draft, that means he could have been scooped up for the past couple months. But nevertheless, we're not going to doubt how the story happened. We're just going to look at it for now. So Dante Miller, who is coming out of South Carolina, most of his production did take place at Columbia. South Carolina thought they were going to have 2 years of Dante Miller, and they didn't get that opportunity. So obviously that limited his shares in terms of playing for South Carolina. But the production he did put up at Columbia was nice. Over 1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns. And listen, this guy has speed. When you look at his highlights, when you look at the film of Dante Miller, he has breakaway speed. We know a lot of people in the NFL are just gifted athletically, and it seems like Dante Miller is that gifted. At the pro day, he did run a 4.27 40, which would have been the top of the running back class, this upcoming class. And who knows, with the way they treat the 40-yard dash nowadays and how they treat pro days and combines, Dante Miller probably would have been, the draft stock drove up. The draft stock would have been up on Dante Miller if they saw those stats. Also, he was able to rep 28 reps of the bench press, top of the running back class once again. So you're looking at a guy that's strong, that has the speed, that has the breakaway speed. He's 5'9", around 200 pounds, so he's solid for his build. Overall, Dante Miller would have been drafted by another team if he was in that draft. Now, he had the opportunity to go sign with anyone. The Giants clearly must have liked what they saw out of Dante Miller altogether, because they did bring him in and sign him as a running back. Now, if you didn't know anything about Dante Miller's story, please go ahead and search him up. Go ahead and look up his story. He has a great story. And overall, Dante Miller, he was just saying that he wants to get on the field however he can. And I feel like that's the best approach you can have in his position, right? In his position, he didn't get to put a lot on tape last year at South Carolina, but that doesn't doubt what he's able to do moving forward. That doesn't doubt what he's able to do, whether it's at the running back position or special teams. He even spoke on being special teams. That's what we like to see. We like to see the hunger out of a guy. And overall, knowing where he came from, the adversity that he had to face at a young age, turning where he is now. Listen, I want this guy to win. And if I want him to win, there's no better place I would want it to be than with the New York Giants. When we look at the Giants running back position at the moment, we signed Devin Singletary. He's looking to be the lead back, but we all know it's going to be running back by committee. It's not going to be Devin Singletary getting all the carries, all the touches, and he's going to be playing every single down. Then you got Eric Gray, who was drafted last year, as well as now Dante Miller. Dante Miller is going to get a chance to crack at this roster. Will he make it? We'll see how the Giants approach it. Last year I didn't think they were going to bring as many running backs as they did, and they went ahead and did so. So Dante Miller could see a chance at that, but overall, he just needs a chance to flourish on the field. And I'm glad the Giants are taking a chance on this guy, because once again, if you look at the tape and you look at the measurables, he has what it takes to be a running back in this league. He has the speed, he has the size, and once again, the strength is top notch. When you look at the running back class altogether, not a lot of people want to look at bench press, but listen, he ran faster than Saquon at his combine, and he lifted more reps on the bench press. Now, I'm not going to say that he's going to be better than Saquon Barkley. We shouldn't even be talking about Saquon Barkley that much, but that just goes to show how much we were in tune with Saquon Barkley at his combine. Who knows what it would have been for Dante Miller. Shout out to my guy Dante. I hope he's going to have a great season with the New York Giants, and hopefully he really lands on this team, and maybe we're going to see him taking reps at the running back position. I wouldn't doubt that, especially with where he's been coming from, the adversity that he's faced. I'm definitely intrigued to see what he's going to do in Big Blue, man. We are a couple of weeks away from the NFL draft. Now it looks like we're probably still going to sign a running back later in the rounds, but maybe they like what they got in the room right now. Obviously, the biggest question, quarterback, wide receiver. Quarterback, wide receiver. So we're going to see what the Giants do ahead of draft night. I will have another video coming soon later this week. Make sure you stay tuned on the new videos coming through, man. I know it's been a little quiet. There hasn't been too much going on in Giants land, but best believe any signings, any draft fees, any draft workouts, I'll be dropping them. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Stay tuned for Dante Miller. Peace.